Hello, I hope everybody's doing okay. Again, I know it's hard. I just can't tell you enough how much I understand that. I'm going to share my screen because I have something I want to, you'll be seeing it in the work that you're doing if you're in the course and you're hearing this video. But I'm just going to pull this up so I can find it. Just give me a second. Okay. Um, so this is in the book, after people read it, they have done some really nice reviews for me, and I really appreciate them all. It just makes my heart so happy when I see how much the book has really given people the opportunity to really feel and dig deep into their hearts and have my story just be real for them. So this review, I shared it for a few reasons in this particular place. And some of the reasons that I shared it are the reader speaks of healing and peace, which for me is the most important part of all of what I'm doing is to provide healing and peace for anyone who has experienced this type of grief or any grief. The reader also acknowledges that grief is so different for everyone. And we've talked about that in the other videos and in the ebook. The reader points out the hard but healing side of grief and the importance of moving through what seems to be like an impossible task. I just loved that she spoke of how hard it is, but that moving through it is so important for healing. And she also speaks of letting go as enabling the soul to heal and carry on. And letting go, we do realize is a huge piece of being able to find our way to the other side. The other thing that's so important to me about this is that this review was written by my sister. I appreciate her words more than I can tell you, and the support that I had from her when I was going through all of this. And even though she was there, she's my sister, and we lived in the same city, we lived in the same neighborhood. She did not even realize the journey in its fullness until she read my book. It is impossible for anyone to understand how working through this unique grief can be. Only those who have experienced it, and especially those who discover joy and happiness once again in their lives, can really even get a glimpse into what you are doing in your journey. And it's still just a glimpse because each journey is so individual. There's so many factors and um, variables that go into how someone's journey unfolds. But I just thought it was really important to take a minute to speak with you, to show again in real life in my story that my sister and I were very close. She helped me set up the baby's room before in anticipation of him. She looked after my daughter while I was in hospital delivering Robbie. She was there for me afterwards, but even being that close to me and being day-to-day type journeying with me, she could not even begin to understand exactly what it was all about until she was able to read some of the rawness inside the story in the book. So this is her review. Quote, "This story is for anyone who has either experienced or has been connected to someone who has suffered the tragic loss of a child. Reading this was very hard, taking me back to the tragic day and events that unfolded after. Yet at the same time, its well-written words offered a sense of healing and peace. Everyone grieves in different ways, and some don't grieve at all. And this story encourages the hard but healing side of grief. Doing the hard work of moving through your grief is so important to do, even when it seems an impossible task. Grieving is a journey of letting go, and many feel they don't know how to. It is this act of letting go that enables the soul to heal and carry on, which is so beautifully expressed here. I love I love the strength I felt while reading this heartfelt story. The love and strength I felt while reading this heartfelt story will hopefully help others to grieve, let go, and find peace. And that was written by my very own sister. So, is it anybody's fault that they can't understand or that they can't even begin to realize what you're going through? Absolutely not. It's not about blame. It's not about um, being upset with people because they don't get it. It is, again, accepting that even when it's a different type of grief, no one can really understand what you're feeling in your heart and in your deepest parts of the essence of you. So I just wanted to share that with you. And if you're experiencing maybe some times when you don't think that people understand, or they're not trying to understand, or they just don't know what to say, or everything they say is wrong. There's so many facets to this with the people that you love who are trying their best. Uh, it's nobody's fault. It is just the reality of what grief is all about. So enjoy that. I hope you enjoyed that really well written review from my sister, and it sheds a little bit more light on just another aspect of this journey. Alrighty, bye bye.